Hello, YouTube.
Hello. Could you pin us or no?
I'm going to go ahead. Keep talking.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Walk with Jesus Live. And, oh, and I'm excited to be here. And I need to figure out my camera, but I will. Um, so I'm back home, missing Candace. Also missing the donuts that I left in her car. And she wasn't meant to have those other donuts. So, um,
Uh-uh.
but I was thinking about it. Did you try the tiramisu one?
I
No.
tried the lemon.
Oh, okay. For lemonade.
Lemonade.
So, excited today to walk with Jesus live. And if you talked to me yesterday or the day before that, I was hesitating. I'm like, should we keep doing these? But we're doing them. I know. I
She
know,
didn't even
Candace.
tell me that.
I know, I'm telling you right now, bro. You're getting that bombastic side eye. Um, no, you cannot. I gave it to myself. Um, but I was like, we got to do this, but I got so many signs and was in the word, like throughout my trip. Felt like a day trip, but it was only like 6 hours. Um, and just got some messages through that. And I want to go through that in our activation call more than right now because we're walking with Jesus. And this morning I woke up early, which is not the norm before the trip. But I told my husband last night, I was like, we're waking up at 6. And he said, okay, because he's in his okay era. And so just excited to this morning. Candace was like, how's your morning? How's your coffee? And I was like, everyone beats working. I know that's an inside joke, but you have to go. I don't know if we even said that in the challenge, but
I think
um,
so.
maybe. But it was good, and everyone was up. Hunter was helping with video games, like cleaning them up. We're cleaning up the office downstairs. We were um, Jack was took a shower, miracle right there, because he doesn't take showers on by himself, but he did. And Forrest Frank reminded him to put on some deodorant with Old Spice. So that was funny. But so many, like, if you expect for the miracles, like Jesus already died for us, all the things. Um, so this morning I woke up, so that was after like day one. That was like day 27 already of today. Day one was like I woke up and I wanted to finish listening to a sermon with my husband, like the end of it, and it was talking about God's got your back. And there was so much goodness in there, and I'll share it into the ambassadors group or into the Real Missing Piece community, both groups. Um, that just helped me, rem- reminded me again that God's got my back, but also updated Big Back. I don't know if you guys have kids, but they all say Big Back these days, and um, it wasn't a great connotation before, but now it is updated because I'm going to read it to you. But my confidence isn't because I'm big. My confidence is because I'm backed. And so my husband heard big back. So then I was like, okay, you heard that. So then we're going to put that in the real missing piece. But knowing that we're big backed
In our
and
dictionary.
in our dictionary, we're big backed and by Jesus, by God. Um, we walk a little bit differently. And I kept saying that during the challenge last week that we're going to walk a little bit differently. And we have been walking a little bit differently, hearing, seeing, tasting things differently. It's been so cool. But also, in that, he just reminded that Jesus already won all the wars for us, won all the battles for us by dying on the cross And then I was also reminded by our Jesus pose. So our um, updated pose is the
Power
Jesus.
pose is what it's called.
Called the Jesus power pose. And I put Superman ain't got nothing on the Jesus power pose.
And we've been hearing Alexa trying to pimp. Oh,
I-
Superman. I just said it too loud. Shh, go to sleep.
So, like being part of just like knowing, not being, but knowing that Jesus died on the cross for us and that we get to walk with Jesus a lot every day. Easter is every day. I know that today's calls are going to be about bold faith, and I just want to share that update with all of you.
Yes.
So that's all I want.
God. Fidence. Sorry, I was finishing my notes for our updated description. But for real, y'all, we're gonna write a new Godfidence dictionary, like just a God dictionary. I think we're anyway. So I love that he updated the big back, and she kept calling the truck the big back daddy truck.
Because it's huge.
It isn't.
I could never drive that.
Well, fun if she could
But
drive
maybe
that.
I could now.
No, you
But
could.
yeah,
But that's like, and I'm like, girl, this is the small one. We downsized from the big one.
the
Which is funny.
big
It
back.
was black and white. Our trucks were black and white. How funny is that?
Oh, very.
And then we didn't even plan this, and we showed up in black and white. Okay, so just kind of moving to like what we were thinking about talking about today. We were talking about bold faith yesterday in the Bible study, and we got the verse on Matthew walking on Matthew. Nope. Peter walking on water in Matthew. And if you don't know where that is, it's in Matthew 14. I'm going to open it up right now. It is I don't even know why I did that. It's 22 to 33. I do know I did it because I want to actually like read part of it. But so if you want to read the whole thing, you can. But today I wanted to focus on God called me yesterday after my shower to focus on the part where. So, and yesterday we were focusing on, yes, Sunny's got a black and white shirt on today too.
And the Holy Spirit red.
And Holy Spirit red. The girl, you just unlocked my stage vision. Even though I know you said it before, my light bulb just went off. Okay. So Peter says, whenever they see Jesus walking on water, Peter says, Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water. And Jesus says, come. And so Peter gets out of the boat and he walks, and he goes towards Jesus. We don't know how long he walks. We don't know, but we know this. We know that Jesus wasn't close to the boat when he's talking. Yeah, I know. And I took mine down, and then I was like, no, I'm putting it back up. But it was the same, exact same. Sunny said our hair was the same in the chat.
I see.
So, but we know that Peter made it part of the way, or Jesus fast, of course. And he because this part right here, it says, but when he saw the wind, Peter, this is verse 30, Matthew 14:30. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink and cried out, Lord, save me. Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. You of little faith, he said, why did you doubt? So yesterday when I got out of the shower, I was like, you know what? God just updated that for me because if I would have read that verse before January or February of this year, it would have been my Candace's Old Testament version of God. And I would have been taking that in like Jesus is being stern with him. He's disappointed, kind of like when you're a parent and your child does something that you've told them not to do, right? You're like, oh, okay, why didn't you listen to me? Right? And sometimes we deliver that with disapproval and shaming, guilt. Yes, shaming. And that was my Old Testament version. But then when I get out of the shower yesterday, I'm like, "Oh my gosh. He's not saying it that way at all. He's saying it in Candace's New Candace Testament version, and the New Testament version. He's saying it with like that sad, hurt feeling that he's hurting for Peter. Like, why that did you hurt yourself due to your lack of faith and trust in me? So, um, but then because God cooks, he sent me to a video from Josiah. His name ain't Josiah, y'all. I'm naming
Oh
him
my
Josiah.
gosh. Steven. Steven.
Stephen, I know his name. I just said I know his name ain't Josiah. It's Stephen. Pastor Stephen with Elevation Church. And it was Walking on Water 101, which I will also drop in the groups. And but in that, God was cooking. A couple things come up for this piece. We are often so focused on the fact that he took his eyes off Jesus that we don't see the next part. You guys, when he started to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." So his mouth saved where his beliefs failed, right? So he was at least convicted enough, and he had enough faith in Jesus as his catcher, which that's part of the video, that he knew he had that faith there. Okay. So that's part one. I wanted to point out, are you crying out in faith when your feet are failing you? When your mind is failing you? Are you crying out, not staying silent? Are you like, God, please help me. God, save me, right? And even Cheryl writing it down, I do believe, like in her, we have a reel with it on there, like what she had on her notebook from 924. She wrote, rescue me. Like she literally, that's crying out to me. That's coming out of up here in your spiritual realm, and it's coming down. And then that's to me what God has like kind of cooked in me in the last 5 months, is that like, think it, yes, great. If you can update the thought, write it, even better. Speak it.
Yeah, I know. And I wanted to add on to that, like
Yeah.
speaking it, not even when it just happened. Like the washing machine was tripping. I was like, you need to stop tripping, boo. Like, you need Jesus, I'm laying hands on this, fix it. And what and I said it out loud. So my husband heard me, and so he reminded me when it was time when it said it was like unbalanced. Oh, that thing. Like and then he's like, "Babe, hurry, hurry, go get it." And I was like, "Okay, I'll got it." And then I fixed it. It was fixed. So like and so like don't wait until it like hurts, or until it like if you know it's not right, if you got a headache, right away say, Jesus, take my headache away, something. However you want to say it out loud. And that's been so powerful and so activated from last week too, like my speaking. I'm like, give me the words, and the words just bleh. Like even even right now, like I'm like, oh, should I say something? But I'm saying something because it's been so like enlightening, um, to not have the load all on you. And that I think this is Sunny's um, Second Timothy. Is that Sunny? Is that you, Sunny, on your necklace? No,
No, Philippians is on her necklace.
Philippians.
Second Timothy's right here.
Timothy is her son, though.
Yes, Timothy is her son.
So
Yep.
today, I was like, it reminded me of you, Sunny, the you version. Sunny's backstage. If you're an ambassador, you get to be backstage, and we get to know so much more about you. And we get to connect and be your soul sisters behind the scenes. So I was like, oh my God, I thought of Sunny, but it was Second Timothy, and I was talking about rescuing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'll send it to you, but it's in the YouVersion prayer app today, Sunny, if you want to look at it, along with John 3:17 about Jesus not bringing condemnation, but bringing salvation. And
Mhm.
so, like, everything was cooking today, and I know it's
Yes.
gonna still cook. But even my daughter she was shredding paper for my husband, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's Rainbow Road," and I was like, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh, 667." So like seeing the signs everywhere, and just being. I know I gotta look up the Second Timothy thing, but I'll look it up, and I'll send it to you. But that's what I wanted to add, like that you don't have to wait till it really hurts. Because I'm thinking about a headache or thinking about um, the story because of that God's Got Your Back sermon too by Pastor Stephen. He was saying like I had a shoulder ache for like 4 months, and I finally went to the chiropractor, and the chiropractor's like, why didn't you tell me like in 4 days? Like I could have helped you then. So like speaking it out loud, it doesn't have to be a miracle, but God works in many different people in many different places, and your dogs too. So just like keep looking for those, and they'll
Yeah.
show up. Expect for it. I think that's good.
Yes, expect for it. And then that actually feeds in perfectly to this, which was if you watch The Chosen, it's Gaius on The Chosen, but I don't think the name Gaius is actually in the Bible. I don't know. I don't know where they got that. But in Matthew chapter 8, um, verses 5 through 13, it's talking about the faith of the centurion. And so Pastor Stephen was talking about, he said, okay, God, if Peter is little faith, I don't even know how I'm getting into heaven because, like, he walked on water. So what about me? But then he said later, he said, he was led to, well, if that's little faith, what's great faith? And this is great faith, and it builds contrast, right? So Peter, when he sees and hears, sort of sees and he hears Jesus on the water, he's like, Lord, if it's you, just tell me to come to you on the water. He says, if it's you. Here's the centurion when he's fighting a different kind of storm. It's not a physical storm, it's an emotional storm, an internal storm. It says, when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. Lord, he said, my servant lies at home, paralyzed, suffering terribly. Jesus said to him, shall I come and heal him? So Jesus is asking, shall I come? And the centurion replied, Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. And then he goes on and on. And then Jesus says, when Jesus heard this, okay, one more point. Pastor Stephen was saying there's only 2 times in the New Testament it says Jesus is amazed. And one is when he goes to his hometown and he's amazed at the lack of faith in him because they're so familiar with him. They think they know. Right. And
Mm-hmm.
he said that's a whole nother sermon, which I'm like, bro, did he do it? Because these are like from like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta go find it. But then the second time Jesus is amazed is right here. It
Wow.
says, verse 10, when Jesus heard this, he was amazed and said to those following him, truly, I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. He didn't even need him to come. He's like, just say the word right here, Jesus. I know. I have such faith in knowing who you are that I know it'll work. Like, ooh, I just got the everywhere. So, this is your call before we head backstage. And one more point, actually. God's like, don't forget that point, Candace. The last point he made, Pastor Stephen, in that video was that even though Peter had little faith and I'm gonna call him Gaius. Gaius, the centurion, had great faith. Jesus was there for it all, right? And he's like, it's not in like the judgment of like how much faith you have is that grace and faith go hand in hand. That this storm that we keep getting drawn back to, this verse in Matthew that I keep getting drawn back to, and I'm like, I don't even feel like I'm in a storm, but okay, is we were so focused on the storm, we never saw that it was a picture of salvation. Immediately, Jesus is there to grab us. So, whether you have little faith or whether you have great faith, walk it out with God. Let Him cook, whatever way, and trust. Put your faith and trust in knowing, Cheryl, I can't look at you. Put your faith and trust in knowing that He's going to be right there to catch you immediately. Cheryl, anything else to add on? I don't even think we prayed. So I'm
No, that
okay.
was amazing. Amazing, like you just said.
Like it's on my foot right now.
But to know that, that just even unlocked a lot of things, and I'm like, I need to know more. But I hope
Yes.
this unlocks something for you today. And if you want to join us in our Facebook group, we have The Real Missing Piece. We're on Instagram at The Real Missing Piece. And if you want to just walk deeper into it and need some people right beside you walk in, we have our Ambassadors Collective. And you can find that all on our Stand store, and the link is in our YouTube bio. All right.
Yes.